Hello and welcome back, intrepid heroes, to another exciting DragonCon Town Hall. I'm your host, Tony Gowell, and with me is the ever effervescent Dot.
I'll be way more effervescent when I get some sun, Tony, on this vacation.
Right? Well, Happy midsummer. I thought
thanks. Yes. Yeah, and what better way, to kick off my vacation than sharing it with all of our DragonCon fans.
That is some true dedication. Hi, Teddy, our ASL interpreter. Good evening to you. Thanks for being here to help us out. We have an action-packed show, Dot. Now, I know me and you got to sit side by side last month and talk about all things gaming, all those huge changes that are coming our way to Building 3. It's going to be our new location for gaming this year at DragonCon. And we got to do a little walk and talk with Phil Collins, one of our board game directors, at our sister show, MomoCon, which was so fun. It
was so much fun.
All of our fans got to go. It was a really cool show. I had a good time.
Me too. I had a blast. It was a great weekend. I played a lot of games. I sat on a few panels. Surprisingly enough, somebody wanted me to actually talk and not moderate. So,
It's kind of nice with the roles flip. And you were a DM for my D&D game.
I was.
It was super fun. I really, really liked it. So enough about gaming. It's the end of June. We've got to start talking about all of these amazing workshops that we have lined up for fans at this year's DragonCon. Tons of guests. Are you ready?
I can't wait. Workshops aren't usually where I like, because I'm always running around doing crazy stuff or trying to change a cosplay. So I'm very excited to hear about the workshop this year because Dot may have more time on her hands. Which means
tell Regina Kirby that.
I think, don't tell Regina.
More moderator. She hears you've got an opening in your seat.
Tell her I want to take a workshop.
There you go. Under the guise of, hey, I've got to learn more about DragonCon and taking.
That's right. I got to know more.
Something magical, maybe.
Oh, you don't say. What is it you're pulling from your hat, Tony Gowell?
Something about beginning and intermediate magic with our own Curt Anderson. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Curt.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm awesome. Yeah. Can't wait. DragonCon is my Christmas every year.
Yes. I have a feeling that you are not the only person who feels that way.
Many of us I hope not.
Almost all of our favorite holidays at DragonCon.
Absolutely.
Well, so as like a workshop instructor, you're kind of like Santa Claus. You're giving the gift of knowledge that you're passing on as a present to all of the fans. Yeah, I love that. So tell us a little bit about the differences between like a beginning magic workshop and an intermediate magic workshop. How does that all work out?
Sure. So both workshops, we provide all the materials. So if you're interested in magic, you just come, right? If you've never performed magic, but you want to, and we're not talking about just learning a couple tricks, like you can get on the internet and do that, right? You will learn tricks, but you'll learn what makes it magical, what makes an experience for people. There's more than just, hey, pick a card and this is your card, right? We want you to understand what makes an experience magical. But we're going to do that at the basis level. So anybody can come in and you're going to be able to learn magic. We'll have everything provided for you. And then intermediate, if you've got tricks that and you want to learn more about how to do those, how to improve what you're working on, learn some things you don't know, then we've got a workshop for you there too.
Cool.
Okay.
So we get to learn a little bit about the magic behind the magic.
Yeah. So they could take a beginning class and then do a follow-up intermediate. Are fans able to do both in a weekend?
We're not going to restrict that, but I would say if you're really, if you haven't performed magic before, just take the intermediate class. If you know some and you're not sure if you're, beginner or intermediate and you want to take both, I suppose you could. But I probably for most people, I'd recommend one or the other.
Okay.
Don't want to
Excellent.
overload yourself. There's so much to do at DragonCon. I'd love to have people come out to either or both workshops, but don't just do that. There's so many great workshops this year, right?
There
It's
really
true.
are.
And
Yeah,
if
so
you
true.
do, I'm guessing you're going to do it again next year. So this year they could take beginner, and then they have to come back the next year. And
We've
take
got
intermediate.
people that took the beginner last year that are signed up for the intermediate already.
Oh, I love that.
Perfect. I love that. Well, Curt, we wish you lots of luck. We're going to, of course, put all the information up on the screen for our fans that want to check out your magic workshop. And
Also,
yes, sir.
Just let you know that I'm not the only one teaching. World-class John Armstrong, who is of Magic Castle fame. He has his own reality TV documentary about his life as a magician, does Disney cruises. He is also doing the workshop with me. And between the two of us, we performed in all 50 states, a bunch of countries, a dozen national TV shows. So it's not like this is just some guy that does birthday parties. Like, we both have done this like our whole lives. So
awesome.
Love it. And so you're both on hand to teach the beginning workshop and the intermediate workshop.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you for those details. Well, we wish you lots of luck. I'm sure those spaces will fill up very, very quickly. And we appreciate the time you took out of your busy evening, because I know you have a lot of things to get to. So we appreciate
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
come back anytime.
Thanks.
Absolutely. All right. Now, next up, I understand that our next guest was having some tech issues. So I'm not sure if Robert Chapin is able to pop on screen. But if not, we have prepared a quick workshop video to introduce you to his swordplay and stage combat.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Oh, my goodness.
I know. I want to learn how to look good when I'm swinging things around. You know?
Well, let's roll it. Roll that beautiful fight footage.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Robert Chapin, and we're doing a sword fighting class at DragonCon. I've been doing this swordplay thing for over 40 years. I've worked on films such as Hook and Army of Darkness, and starred in films such as Ring of Steel, Dragon Fury, and The Hunted. I've also done my share of live shows. So if you want to step up your cosplay game with a cool sword fight or choreographed combat, I can teach you that. During my 40 years in the biz, I've worked with stars such as Robin Williams, Carl Urban, Mark Singer, Dante Basco, John Saxon, Anthony DeLongis, TJ Storm, and Richard Lynch. In 2 hours, I could teach you the basics of swordplay that's in virtually every film and TV show. No experience necessary. Seriously, this is not rocket science. You could totally learn to do this stuff. So it's cool, it's fun, and it's totally safe. It's mostly safe. No, it's totally safe. So what are you waiting for? Let's do this!
Wow. Okay, so if we tell Regina my schedule is busy because I'm going to a fight class, do you think she'll accept that? Because that's awesome.
Tell her that you're taking the class so that you can better defend the programming office.
That's right. Yeah, I'll start being the bodyguard for everybody, all of those famous people on stage. Tell her I'm really learning how to step up my game. I'll start carrying steel.
Exactly. So that was Robert Chapin's stage combat and swordplay workshop that he will be teaching at DragonCon. So unfortunately, his tech wouldn't allow him to get on screen with us, but you can interact with him this DragonCon. So next up, would you like to take it away? You guys have been having a little chat in the side conversation with our.
Oh, have we? Oh, you're right. Okay, I have to go to. Oh, yes, we have a little bit of board game and RPG design. Welcome in Steve Jackson and Bill Fawcett.
Woo!
Hi.
Hey.
We were having a secret conversation, everybody backstage, before I invited them on. It's true. It's true. Hi, gents.
Good to see you.
You too. So, okay, you got it. I'm now interested because I eat, sleep, and breathe tabletop gaming. Tell us a little bit about the workshop. What can they expect from a workshop like this?
They can expect to learn more about how to get that game that has always been in their head out onto the tabletop.
Oh.
And I should say that this is a tabletop workshop. It is not for digital games. That's
Oh,
not,
yes, of
that's-
course.
Yeah, that's not what Bill and I do, and we can't make you better at it.
We'll be covering board games, card games, RPGs. In fact, Rick Hines, who did Red Opera and does Geek and Sundry and others, will be joining us too. And we will be speaking to them, giving practical hints, answering questions. We even have an intellectual property attorney coming in to brief on how to keep your game your game.
Ooh, that's important.
And then every afternoon, we are going to look at the game. Yes, they get to bring a game in, and Rick and Steve and I will look at their game, give them hints, talk about how the game could be improved, or if it's a wonderful game. In a couple of cases last year, we talked most of the time about how to market the game. And
Ooh, that's also important.
Yes, and a question that we've gotten more than once is, but I don't have a game yet. Do I have to bring one? The answer is no. You're welcome to come to the workshop just to learn and ask questions and bounce your ideas off of us. If you have something to show, we're going to want you to bring it in a form that you can display it, but you don't have to have something finished and ready to go at all.
And we've even are able to handle bringing your role play game or a sample from it. So whatever you're working on, let us join you.
I love that. It's so important as mainstream allows more room for RPG and tabletop design that the two of you, instead of holding back that information on how to be successful in that field, that you're willing to impart your knowledge. And I think that's huge, and definitely one of the highest markings you can give an event like DragonCon is that it's a real mentorship opportunity for so many of our fans that want to tiptoe into these types of professional arenas, that they can tap so many amazing industry professionals like yourselves. So what inspired the two of you to want to bring this kind of workshop to DragonCon?
Well, you sort of hit on it there. We were having a conversation that how the industry had changed since we started in the 70s together on it.
When you were children, right?
Yeah. And how it evolved, how it went to big companies, and then it filtered out, and then it changed. And that we're sort of in a golden age of game production and game design because of the advances in electronics. I mean, when Steve and I started, you cut every line out and set it with hot wax on another sheet and photograph the sheet to do a page. Today, you can do that same 4-day job in about 7 minutes on your computer.
Right.
So it's the new era, but there's still a lot of fundamentals, a lot of tricks, a lot of ways to do it, a lot of hints about how to design the game, how to make the game more fun, how to involve players when it's not their turn, things like that. That Steve and I have been dealing with for literally decades, and Rick for some too. And now we've said, hey, this is an opportunity to take that next generation and pass it on while we still can.
And both of us love seeing. Sorry, Dot, go on.
No, I was just going to say, as the next generation, I appreciate and love the both of you.
Well, you're with Kobold now, so if you want to stick your head in and see some of the new stuff,
I might have to come by. I mean, I write on the side too. I'm actually, now that you say that, Tony, can I do 2 workshops? How many workshops do you think Regina will let me do? Because I got a game I'd love to pitch to these gents. I'd love to bring it by a workshop. So, I mean, but what can we expect in terms of time? Because games take a long time sometimes to develop. So in terms of how much time over the weekend may be put into developing their game further, what is the workshop time?
We will be running 9 to 6 Thursday and Friday. Every morning for 4 hours, us and the intellectual property attorney, Steve particularly, will be leading discussions. And it's a very much give and take. And then, Steve, you like that second part of the day.
The take part?
The greedy huckster time, not. No.
Okay. Then
showing the games.
Then we get to see new games. Bill and I both love to be introduced to new games, and you're going to bring your stuff, and we're going to play it and have fun and shoot holes in it and patch the holes and just generally have a great time.
That's worth the price of admission to the workshop right there. As someone that I'm not really a creative type, but man, would I love to be at the foundation beginning blocks of the next new cool, awesome game to say that I saw it at its humble beginnings.
We saw 2 games last year. I expect we'll be seeing on the shelves this year.
Amazing.
I love that. All right. Now, who's that behind you, Bill? Is that another professional in the house that I see?
Just so happens, the professional in the house.
Oh,
well, I would love to bring Jody Lynn on to talk about her workshop. What do you say, gentlemen? We'll give her the floor now.
Give her the floor. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Bill.
See y'all at our workshop.
Yeah, I'll be there. My gosh. It's like magic right before your eyes.
Oh, I like the haircut. Looks good.
Yeah. So here I am.
Hi, Jody Lynn Nye.
Hi.
There. How are you?
Doing so well. So lovely to see you. Welcome to Atlanta. I know that you guys just recently moved during all this pandemic craziness. Yes. So tell us a little bit about your manuscript writing class.
Well, this is year 12 for me. I started doing the workshop after Ann Crispin had been doing it for years. And I have 20 students per time, so I think that there's a few spaces left, but
not many, because I know we sold one just today. Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't looked.
I think you have 6 spaces left in your manuscript writing class.
Okay, folks, pay attention.
Right? First come, first serve. If only 6 is left.
Well, it's very important because by August 1st, you need to send me a manuscript. I will have people bring in a portion of a book manuscript plus a synopsis. The synopsis doesn't count in the word count, or a short story, and the short story must be complete so that we can discuss it. I offer a written critique for every one of the students, and I bring in industry professionals, including the intellectual property attorney that Bill mentioned. She's going to be talking to both of our workshops.
Nice.
It's very important for people to be able to ask those questions that have been bothering them about how to protect their work. But the fact is that the moment you write something, it's copyrighted to you. So it's not as vital as you might think it is at first. But I give them a chance to listen to other industry professionals, including agents, other writers, notables. I've had Sherilyn Kenyon, Eric Flint, Mike Resnick, Lynn Abbey. Wow. I have Kevin Anderson and Rebecca Mesta coming in this year to talk.
Nice.
And usually an editor or a publisher who will demystify what happens when your manuscript goes to a publishing house. But a lot of what they get is the camaraderie of working with other people who are at the same level that they are, that they're starting out or that they're in the very early stages of their career, because there's so much for them to really enjoy and learn. And when we're talking to the industry professionals, I invite my former students. I call it my continuing education program. But when we workshop the manuscripts, that's private. Everybody else out of the pool. Only people with skin in the game are permitted in the room, because then the people who feel very vulnerable about presenting their work for the first time can say to somebody else, you have been where I am, so let's talk about it. They can ask me questions. I'll tell them about what I know about the state of the industry at the moment, how things are changing, how things have changed since the beginning. So it's a fun time.
Well, it's a testament to your ability to lead such a workshop at DragonCon, because yours is honestly the one workshop I never worry about filling up. And you often have repeat students. So that tells me that they're still getting something out of it each time that they take the workshop. Because why go back if you feel that you've gotten your fill of information? So that's a testament to your hard work and effort. And everyone has always said the most glowing things about your workshop. So I look forward to filling it up and sending you that email that says, class is closed.
Oh, I hope so. I look forward to seeing everybody, new students and old. I've already seen a few names that I know and already received at least one manuscript. So
nice.
Thanks, Courier Bill.
I'm very proud of the people who get things in. And we will have an interesting educational time, and I will try to lead them through this astonishing industry that we work in with the greatest possible gentleness, but good information.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for spending time with us tonight, Jody.
Thank
you.
Absolutely.
Too, thank you.
And I love your hat. That's fabulous.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this is my vacation hat that's not going to get to see sun until tomorrow, but it's okay. I'll work for all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
You have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
So who's next, Dot?
Let's see. Up on our list next is Erin Gray for a pretty awesome workshop. I'm just going to put out there a Tai Chi workshop.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hi, Erin. It's so nice to meet you. This is my first time getting to meet you. And thanks for offering all your many talents to DragonCon.
Oh, it's truly my pleasure to be able to share something that I'm so passionate about. So I thank Rachel and all of DragonCon team for having me once again to be able to teach my class. It's the highlight of my year for sure.
I can only imagine. Now, as somebody that knows on a scale of like 0 to 10, a whole of like -1 about Tai Chi, what can we expect from a Tai Chi workshop at DragonCon?
Okay, well, first of all, there's a lot of information, so I try to simplify it to just an introduction to the concepts, basically, and to teach some basic movements. So first of all, let me just define for people what Tai Chi is and what I'm teaching. I'm also teaching what's called Qigong, which is the foundation behind Tai Chi. Qi means energy, and Gong means the work of. So primarily what you are learning is to become aware of your field of energy and how to expand that energy and how to move that energy through your body. So the movements help, but it's a combination of focus, awareness, breath, and movement together. So Qigong is very easy to learn. And anybody who comes to my class, I can teach some basic movements and basic exercises, you might say, that they can remember and take home and do again. Tai Chi is a little more complicated in that it is the foundation of Qigong, but it's also martial art movements. So every movement you do in Tai Chi is a defense movement. They say in Tai Chi, you never attack, you only defend, which I like that concept right there.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not aggressive in that sense, but if somebody comes at you, what do you do? And so learning those kinds of movements is great. But my primary interest is health. The thing that drew me to Qigong and Tai Chi is having some sort of tool to strengthen one's immune system. And in these days, that's a very important thing. It's important at all times to know what you can do to strengthen your immune system. So all the movements are designed to open up channels of energy in your body. So in Chinese medicine, you have 14 primary channels of energy that are not necessarily aligned to your blood flow, but it's its own channels that the Chinese have mapped out for thousands of years. So I came into Tai Chi and Qigong because of James Garner. I was working with him on Rockford Files in the 70s and asked to have lunch with him. And he says, I can't, I'm seeing my Tai Chi, my acupuncturist. And I went, acupuncture? You're going to an acupuncturist? Now, what fascinated me was that Richard Nixon, when he went to China in the 70s, and opened the doors to China, the #1 story of the New York Times was not so much opening the doors to China, but the fact that the reporter who went with him had an appendicitis attack while he was there in China and wrote about the fact that they gave him no medication, no pain pills. They just put needles in his body and then cut him open, talking to the surgeon, and healed very quickly because he didn't have to process all the chemicals from medicines or anesthesiologist or something like that. So I was very curious about acupuncture. So when James Garner tells me about that he goes to an acupuncturist almost every day, I'm like, okay, forget lunch. Give me the name of your acupuncturist. That's all I'm really interested in. So I went to his acupuncturist, and what I learned from him is, first of all, he said to me, acting's very dangerous to your health. And I went, excuse me? I'm an actress. What do you mean? You're telling me my job is dangerous to my health? What do you mean? Well, in Chinese medicine, your emotions are aligned to specific organs in your body.
Right.
So fear is your kidneys, grief and loss is your lungs and large intestine. So anyway, I could go on, and I realize I'm giving the whole class right now. But
it's just a teaser.
It's a teaser. Yeah. And I'm already interested, so you're nailing it.
Oh no, it's just leaning in more, going, Because in your profession, it's important for you to protect yourself from negative energies and people that draw out your energy. So I understand.
That too. But also in acting, you know, in life, let's say you can have a moment where you have a moment of fear. Car almost hits you, your adrenaline shoots up, and your heart's pounding. In acting, you may have to do a scene where you almost get hit, and you have to make it real. So every time you experience that fear, your adrenal system shoots up. So you could do 30 takes. You could do it all day long. And I had a movie that I did one time where afterwards was so enraged and in fear for so long that in driving a car home, I started having the shakes and had to pull over because my adrenal system was coming down and I had to bring my body back into balance. So as an actor, it's important to bring yourself back into balance every night when you finish your work. So a lot of different ways of doing it. Anyway, with Tai Chi, if you learn the movements, which are really easy, but very different from any other kind of exercise you do, everything is circular. And when you finish doing Tai Chi, it's like your entire body has been massaged.
Oh.
Peace.
And we love that.
Yeah.
I need it.
And it's what I do every day to keep myself sane in this wild world that we live in these days. It's like so much negativity out there on the internet and the press.
And we're so glad that you come to DragonCon year after year to offer, you know, not only an array of talent like yourself and some of the clients that you represent, but that you teach this amazing workshop to so many of our fans that, you know, all to kind of step out of the flow of all of that energy and excitement and just center themselves and relax and treat themselves.
And what I love about Tai Chi or DragonCon fans is their minds are open. Sharing new ideas or different ideas, science and fiction coming together and making sense. And I find that those students are just so, they soak it up. And I love being able to provide that information. And what's really lovely is to see students come back every year, which
yes,
really nice. Yeah.
Your classes don't have a hard time filling up either. I love that. And it's just a testament to your skill set as well, that the workshop is successful. Everyone gets so much out of it. We get so many high praise remarks afterwards. And nice. Offer that year after year. We so appreciate it, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you in just a few short months.
Yeah.
And you don't need any equipment, just comfortable clothes.
Okay, yes.
We do barefoot. And you don't have, you know, if you have any health issues, maybe tell me about it. Like I've got a heel problem or I can't touch my toes because I have a back problem. Let me know. But know that all the movements are so graceful and so slow that there's nothing, you're not going to hurt yourself in the class. Okay.
Awesome.
So I just need you to understand that. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for being mindful of
yes. And accessible in that way. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you, I guess, there.
All right. Looking forward to it.
I can't believe
Tony, you're going to show up, right, Tony?
Yes, absolutely. You will see me.
All right, great. And Doc too, please.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm sure I will need a stress reliever.
We're telling our bosses, we're like, we're just going to take workshops all week.
Yeah, sorry, we're not working we're just workshopping this year. Sorry, Tony and I are bugging out.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Erin.
Yay. Oh my gosh, it's so great.
And I think we have one more person. Who is it, Tony?
I believe we have saved a new workshop for last. Mr. Russ Adams with creature fur costuming on his agenda. Hey, Russ.
Amazing. Hi, Russ.
What's up, Don? How you guys doing?
You know, we're kicking. I'm actually I got to hear a little bit more about this because I have a cosplay I've wanted to do with fur, and I've been far too terrified for far too long to make it happen.
Oh, no. Well, the cool thing is I get to team up with one of my all-time favorite suppliers, National Fiber Technology, and they make this really great, realistic-looking fur. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Whoa!
4-way stretch stuff. It's the stuff that we use in Hollywood for making suits. and like werewolf costumes. That's why these things look so real, is because the fur is amazing, you know? So yeah, so our workshop is going to be how to take this stuff that is, well, it's pretty expensive stuff. You know, you want to make sure that when you're cutting it and you're sewing it, that you're doing it right, because you know, you don't want to waste.
What I heard is buy a spare yard.
And they only sell it by the square foot. So, you know.
Oh,
yikes.
The great thing is they're going to be on hand to talk about how they make the stuff, which makes it that much easier to work with once you know how it's made. And like I said, that 4-way stretch stuff really works when you're working with any kind of costuming, even if it's just an addition, like, you know, Jon Snow's, you know, bearskin cape or whatever the hell that was.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like, I don't know what it's called when it sits over the pauldrons. The pauldron piece on your shoulder. I have no idea what the fur piece
it's
over
called
the pauldron.
Or a mantle.
Or a cowl. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it's medieval chic. I mean,
oh, yes, of course.
Sexy,
how could we possibly have missed that?
Anything that man wore is just fine. Now, so you were mentioning
true.
about how expensive this kind of realistic fur is. Do the students in your workshop need to bring their own materials? How does that work?
Well, they don't necessarily need to bring anything with them. We are going to put together, for the first 20 people that sign up for the class, NFT and I are putting together this really cool kit that is going to be valued anywhere from, you know, $65 to $100, you know. So it's going to have some fur in it. You know, it'll have some other equipment, but we're gonna teach you things that like specialized stitching that you can use with this particular fur. The best ways to cut this. It's really great to have them on hand for this as well, because when the manufacturer gets involved and you're talking about, you know, big creature builds and stuff, you want to have all the information that you can get, you know, so that, you know, you're making, you know, a really good, you know, a decision on how to cut things. Because, you know, in some cases, I got this really big one here. This was part of a werewolf we did for a.
I was going to say, it looks like a for just a hot minute.
I love leftovers, you know.
Right, you can do so many things.
Turn it upside down and fluff it out even more. I mean, who would have thought that you could turn fur upside down to get volume and stuff? So, you know, I mean, just stuff like that. You know, little pro tips that you're only going to get in this workshop.
Wow.
I love that.
Me too.
It's almost like this company is helping sponsor the workshop, because the cost of the workshop is way less than the value of the kit that they get to walk away from the class.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point is to try to help spawn this new group of creators that are coming out who maybe want to get into creature design or want to amp up their cosplay, careers, or even like and I don't think that, you know, furries don't necessarily, they've already got this expert, you know, I mean, I'm completely amazed at their costumes every time I see them. So they've already got a basis of, you know, of how to work that. But with fur like this, you know, you're kind of amping it up a bit. You're kind of like, you know, so having them there is awesome. The fact that that they were excited. I mean, I gave them a call and I'm like, hey, you know, so I'm going to DragonCon. You think you guys? I didn't get to finish the sentence. Sort of like when DragonCon called me, I didn't finish the sentence. I just said
like, yes. Whatever. We like to hear that. Yeah, but that's the number one thing that I hear from cosplayers is that the idea and the creation of making really great kits becomes a bit of a trouble spot whenever you have to work with difficult materials like really thick leather or fur. So I think that's really great that you're going to help dismantle that whole idea that fur is too difficult to work with and find some easy ways for cosplayers to navigate that world.
Look, Russ, I've been pending on a hormone monstrous cosplay for like years, and I just cannot figure out how I'm supposed to wear a fur tight bodysuit. So if you figure that out, you let me know.
Dude, that's what the 4-way stretch is for. You can make it almost any size, and you can just stuff stuff in there.
I was going to say, well, you know, hormone monstrous, I'll need to do some stuffing. But I was like, how am I supposed to do this? Do I buy an ape costume and just like cut my way through it? I don't know. Now there's a workshop that assures Dot doesn't really embarrass herself in front of everybody. So I
hormone monstrous.
No, leave it to me to embarrass myself. I do the embarrassing all on my own. You know. foot in the mouth. I'm
Well,
the
you'll
guy
be at home at DragonCon because we all love to just make the most out of it. And if we look a little silly sometimes, that's okay too.
That's all I got, man. That's it.
Well, you know
Russ,
what?
thank
We
you.
are appreciative of it regardless for us.
Hey, I am here to make a fool of myself for you.
Oh, how kind of you.
Well, I thought you did an exemplary job this evening talking about your workshop. We're excited to have
Thank
you.
you.
Welcome to DragonCon,
Really cool.
and I'm sure
Thank
you'll
you.
fill up very quickly.
Yeah, can't wait to see you when you get here.
Thank you.
right.
Hey, I think we're calling it the Creature Fur Workshop. It's really simple to remember. You know,
Creature Fur Workshop.
Costuming
Oh,
workshop.
Creature Fur costuming. Don't forget the costuming part.
Oh, the costuming. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're the only fur workshop we're offering this year, so you've got that market corner.
I feel like you've got a little bit of monopoly.
Me dealing with hair. Who would have thought?
Awesome.
Well,
We can't wait to see you there, Russ.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Tony, now that they're all gone, I just want to whisper for a second. Can we talk about how cool these workshops are?
I know, right?
They're
And
so
even
cool.
better, it's like we have voice actor workshops. We have Brian Humphrey's photo passes. They're available to fans. So there's stuff that we didn't even cover tonight. So let's see if we have any questions. Yeah, we have Dino and Brian Humphrey. Yeah, we have so many cool things that are available for fans. And I am just blown away at hearing what an old friend of ours said, Tony P. Henderson was mentioning. And once upon a time that he was so looking forward to hearing about all the details of workshops, since he kind of had a vague knowledge that workshops existed, but didn't know all the nuances about them. So yes, thinking of my good friend Tony P. Henderson. Wow.
Man, maybe if we think hard enough. Here.
Wow.
My ears were itching. I should have known. I should have known. And I'll be fully transparent. Before we went on the air, I had mentioned I'm a longtime con goer, and I wasn't very familiar with the workshop. So I was sitting back here, just like, I can learn about fur. I can learn about Tai Chi. So now I want to do them all, and I need to go sign up early because it sounds like they fill up. It sounds like you have to provide some work and provide some things. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign up soon and not wait till the last minute like I normally do for most things.
Yes.
Wow.
So, all right, I am here to talk guest. Tony,
you have surprises?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of talk in on the Facebook, on the social medias. Where are the guests? And people want to know, hey, can we announce some guests? So just want to assure everyone they are coming.
Hey, you're one of our guests, Tony. You're going to be there.
People want better than that. Last time we had hinted maybe some Star Trek people.
Yeah.
So,
yes, I remember this tease.
And people have been waiting. Like, are we going to name guests? So we're going to do that today. We're going to talk Star Trek. I was excited. We have 3 different shows represented. So from Picard. Do you guys watch Picard? I heard it.
Yes.
It was awesome recently.
Great.
With Michelle Hurd from Picard.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Also from Daredevil. I was a big fan.
Me too.
Again, repping 3 different shows. So from Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
We have Wilson Cruz.
Oh, yes.
I was like, my so-called life. Is that Ricky?
That is Ricky.
Little Ricky.
Mind blown.
How is that Ricky? So Wilson Cruz. And last, certainly not least, from the original Star Trek, Walter Koenig.
Oh, my Star Trek 5, baby. Oh.
Star Trek royalty. And it is an honor to announce he will be joining us at DragonCon as well.
Wow,
So
that's exciting. Tony P, you never fail to deliver.
If you like Star Trek, you're getting Star Trek. And I've asked the powers that be, can I have a little nibble? What can I say? And I've been given this. And I will leave you all with this. There are more guests coming.
Okay.
And a beloved band will be returning. So I don't know. That's all I know. There's a lot of bands. They're all amazing. But apparently one is coming back. So we will see. Stay tuned.
How many guests are we talking about? Like, how many are queued up? Are we talking like 10, 20, 30,
Tony,
40?
last I heard there were 20 queued up, ready to go.
Okay, because I know DragonCon likes to put them out in groupings.
Can we just
Star Trek?
I might even be closer to 30, Tony. Might even be closer to 30.
Wow.
I don't know.
We
We'll
always
see.
deliver.
Can I?
Maybe not on everybody's time schedule, but we always deliver.
Oh, Tony, Dot. I literally just got a message. All it says is DC Titans. That's all it says. I don't know. I don't have. I legitimately don't have the information. I just got it. So Tony, I might be. I might have gotten promoted.
Buddy, you got the news before I even got it.
Well,
Wow.
Nice.
That is
That is definitely a healthy, plentiful dose of amazing guests and amazing workshops that we covered. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I think that was a very robust town hall. That's a lot of information. I know progress report is about to come up. We're about to release our COVID protocols over the next month. Single day memberships are going to go on sale. Yeah, go to our website, DragonCon.org. It's all listed there for you. As we know it, you'll know it. And sometimes some of us know it before the rest of us do. That's fine too. Always a pleasure.
That was me brushing my hair back. I never get
to
do that.
Yes, adjust that wig. Good job. Dot, enjoy your much deserved vacation.
Yes, y'all. I'm going to go burn on a beach.
And Tony P, a pleasure as always. And thank you again, Teddy. We can't wait to see you again next month. I think our date is
28th. The 28th.
Yes.
And we're on location. We have a special one, don't we? Am I crazy about that? I'm maybe making that up.
That's in August. That's in August.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a month ahead. Ignore me.
Spoilers.
We're going to go on another location scout this summer. Don't worry. So we'll see everyone next time. Bye.
Bye.